Hello everyone, Bhavya this side from JNtech Networks. So today we are going to start the Python series. Okay. In this series, we will start from the very basics. Okay, first we will start from the very basics, then we will move to advanced. Okay, so in this tutorial, so today in this video we will see the Python course content, like what are the modules we are going to cover in the entire sessions. Okay, like in the upcoming sessions. So basically, we have two types of Python. First, we have Python core, and then we have Python advanced. Okay, so basically Python is a very easy language. Okay, so we will see from the very basics, like from the very beginning, in a very friendly manner. Okay, so in this video we will discuss the course content of Python. Okay, that is provided by JNtech Networks. Okay, so before that, let me introduce the Python language. So Python is a general purpose. Okay, so basically Python is a easy language, easy to understand as well as easy to use. Okay. Then second, we have Python is a general purpose language. That is why it is in hot topic. Okay, it is in trend. Okay. So Python is a general purpose language. Third, first Python is easy to understand and it is easy to use because Python is written in English language. Okay, like the English language. Suppose we have one function in Python that is print. Okay, now you can easily understand without any coding knowledge that print function is used to print something. Okay, that is why we can say that Python is easy to understand and easy to use because it is mostly coded in English. There is no signs, no symbols in Python, basically. Okay, then Python is general purpose. Now, why Python is general purpose? Because we can use Python in every domain. Okay, like domains like basically we can use Python in cybersecurity field. We can use Python in the programming. Okay, we can use Python in networking. We can use Python in the app development, web development, machine learning, data science, AI, deep learning, neural networks, etc. So I'm listing some few domains here. First, the cybersecurity, which is also the very hot topic. Then the networking. Okay, the second one. Third, the automation. Fourth, web development. Okay, fifth, application development. Okay, machine learning, data science. Okay, and yeah, the software development and etc. So we have many domains, like multiple domains where we can use Python. In the cybersecurity, we can use Python. We can use Python for making the tools for making the malwares. Okay. In the networking, we can like automate the whole networking process. Okay, we can like create socket servers. We can create client server, etc. with the help of Python. In the automation field, we can automate the stuff with the help of Python. Like suppose there's a tool, there's a pre-assisting tool, so we can automate this with the help of Python. Then in the web development, we can use we can use Python in the backend side, in the application development, in the machine learning, the data science, in the software development. So we can use Python in many domains. Okay, that is why Python is in trend, and basically there's a huge requirement for Python. Okay, so why we can say that? Why we say that the Python is a general purpose? Why? Because basically Python is an open source language. Okay, there's one more feature of Python, that is Python is open source. Now, what is the means of open source here? See, we have three types of softwares. We have three types of softwares. First, we have Python. First, we have open source. Then we have freeware. Then we have paid softwares. Okay, let me mention softwares here. Okay, now what is the means of open source here? Open source means we can use it for free, first, and second, we can modify the source code of Python. Like we can contribute to the source code of the Python. Okay, freeware means we can use it for free, basically. Okay, like we can use Python for free. Sorry, Python, like other softwares for free. But we cannot modify the source code of the freeware softwares. For example, Windows. Okay, For example, Windows 10 or Windows Home. Okay, Windows Home 10 or 11. So basically, we cannot modify the source code or we cannot read the source code of previous softwares. And but in the open source softwares, we can modify the source code and we can use it for free. Okay, now what is the means of modification here? Modification means we are like contributing in the source code of Python. Okay, like we are adding new libraries, we are adding modules, we are adding packages inside Python. Okay, now we have paid softwares that we use for that we have to pay for using it. Okay, so Python is open source, and because of this nature, Python is open source. We can most of the developers came in the community and started contributing in the Python community. Okay, that is why we have vast amount of libraries, features, and packages inside Python. Okay, so due to the nature of the open source, like Python is open source. So because of this nature, Python is a general purpose. Okay, now so basically we can say that Python has large amount of libraries, features, modules, and packages. Okay, so we have like around 500 plus modules and packages and libraries and frameworks inside Python. Okay, so for the data science, we can use the libraries like basically we have libraries for the specific purpose. Okay, like we have the we have libraries for specific purposes. For example, we have like NumPy, we have Pandas, we have Matplotlib, we have Seaborn, and we have Plotly, Cufflinks, etc. Like these are the libraries that we can use inside machine learning and Python. Basically, we can also use TensorFlow or Flex inside Python for the web, or we can use Django. Okay, for the automation, we can use Selenium, okay, PyAuto, GUI, etc. Okay, for the networking, we can use Socket, etc. So we have like many libraries and many features. Okay, now that is why we can say that Python is a general purpose language. We can use it like in every domain. And Python is easy to understand and it is easy to use. Okay, now let's move to the course discussion of Python. So basically, we provide Python core as well as Python advanced. Okay, so these are the modules inside Python. That is Python core. Okay, the course duration for the Python core is 50 hours. And the course duration for the Python advanced is 40 hours, approx like 50-40. Okay, if you want to see the course content of Python, like what are the modules, so you can visit the JNtech website for that. Okay, the official one website. From here, you can click on the software training here, Python. Okay. So scroll down. From here, you can check out all the modules inside Python, like all the topics for the core and advanced. Okay, these are the modules for the Python core and for the Python advanced. Now, here you can see the details of the fee structure, the upcoming batches, and the course duration also. Okay, and if you have any inquiry, like you can call on this number. Okay, both numbers are available. You can call any of these numbers, or you can make, or you can WhatsApp the numbers. Okay, like your inquiry. Okay, so weekend and weekdays both batches are available in English and in Hindi both. Now we have Python core first. Okay, as I said that we have two types of Python: Python core and advanced. So basically, Python core covers all the basics, and the Python advanced covers all the advanced part. So inside Python advanced, we have libraries. Okay, we will cover most like libraries as well as the frameworks. Okay. So in the Python core, we will cover the basics part like the fundamentals, the data types, the functions, the loops, etc. But inside libraries, we will cover the like very popular libraries like Kinter. We will cover the GUI libraries. We will cover the networking libraries. We will cover the CGI libraries, etc. Okay, so we will cover the most popular libraries inside the Python. Okay, so basically one more point I want to discuss that no one can learn the whole programming language. Basically, Python is a programming language. Okay, the one can learn the whole language, and it is of no use if you are learning the whole programming language at once. Okay, first clear all the basics, then learn the language according to your domain. Basically, if you want to go in the cybersecurity, then you can learn the cybersecurity libraries inside Python. If you want to learn the web development with Python, then you can go for the Django or Flex. Okay, so it depends on the domain you are choosing. Okay, so choose wisely, basically. Okay. Now, one more point. Okay, let's discuss first. Then we will discuss the point. Okay. So first we have the core Python, which is of 50 hours. Okay, the course duration for the core Python is 50 hours. So in this core Python, we have like around 10 to 12 modules. Okay, first we have the Python introduction, Python fundamentals, data handling, that is data types, string manipulation, list manipulation, tuples, dictionary, set manipulation. Then we have operators, program control flow. Okay, functions, modules and packages, file operations, regular expressions, exceptional handling, and classes and objects. Okay, so first, Python. In this session, we will discuss the what is Python, why we use Python, where we can use Python, the advantages and then the pros and cons of Python. Okay, and we have two types of Python basically, Python 2 and Python 3. Nowadays, we only use Python 3. Okay, so the difference in the Python 2 and Python 3, and the installation process of Python and the installation process of the IDE of Python. Okay, then we will see the history of Python, like how the Python come in the market. Then we have Python fundamentals. In this, we will cover the basics keywords or the key terms inside Python, like the tokens. Okay, like Python tokens, keywords, identifiers, literals, operators, variables, assignments, etc. Okay, like tokens, keywords, identifiers, literals, operators, these are the common keywords that we are going to use in the entire modules, in the entire sessions. Okay, so we will see the definition as well as we will like familiar with the concept in deep. Okay, then we will see the variables, and then we will see the input and output function in Python. That is the most important. Okay, then we will see the data handling. Inside data handling, we will basically data handling means data types. Okay, so we will see the strings, the numbers. Inside numbers, we will see the integer, float, complex, and then we will see the list, tuples, dictionary, set, frozen set. Okay, and then we will see the types of data types like mutable or immutable. And then we will see the typecasting. Typecasting means changing your one data type from another. Okay, like how we can change your string into numbers, how we can change the numbers into string, how we can change the list into tuples, etc. and so on. Okay, then we have the string manipulation. String manipulation means the string functions and methods inside Python. Okay, so basically we have basically manipulation here means the functions and methods only. Okay, so we have various functions in the string. Basically, in string is a data type in Python. So we have the functions and methods inside the each, like we have each data type functions and methods. Okay, so it's string, we will see the string functions and methods. We will see the list functions and methods, that is known as the list manipulation. Okay, we will see how to create list, how to access, how to change list, how to remove the elements inside list, how to join, how to merge the list, etc. Okay, then we will see tuples. Okay, so in this we will see the like functions and methods. Okay, same as the dictionary, set and frozen set. Okay. These are the data types. Then we have the operators. Okay, so we have various operators in the Python. So we will see all the operators in the Python, so like arithmetic, relational, or logical, membership, identity, bitwise, etc. Then we will see the operations, the precedence rule of the operators. Okay, after that, we will see the program control flow. So basically, control flow means in this session, we have two types of like statement. We have the if statement, like the conditionals, and then we have the loops. So inside control flow, we will see the if, else statement, and we will see the loops like for loop, while loop. Okay, and then we will see the statement like the break statement, the continuous statement, the pass statement, which we can use inside the loops. Okay, we will also see the nested if statement, nested loops, etc. Then we have functions. Okay, so functions are very important in Python. So we will see we have two types of function. So we will see like how we can create function, how we can use the Python functions. Okay. Then we will see the flow function. We will see the different types of function that Python provides. Okay. So in this, we will see how to create a functions of your own, how to take arguments, how to take parameters, etc. Like everything about functions. And then we will see the lambda function, the scope of variables, recursion, etc. Okay. After that, we have modules and packages. Inside module and packages, we will see how to create your own module, how to contribute in the Python community. We will also see that, and how we will create modules and packages, how to use the Python built-in modules and packages. Okay. Then we will see the file operations. Inside file operations, basically file operations means how we can open the file inside the operating system with the help of Python. How we can create file, how we can read the content of the file, how we can append file, how we can modify the file. We can all, with the help of Python, we will see that. Okay, in the file operations. How we can read like different types of file. Like we have PDFs, Excel file, like CSV files or PPT, etc. So we will see that. Okay. Then we have regular expressions. In this, we will see how like basically regular expressions are used like to find some specific string inside a set of strings. Okay, like inside suppose there's a book, you want to find a specific string for inside that book. So for that we will use the regular expressions. Okay, that we will see. Okay, then we have the exceptional handling. Okay, so this in this we will see how to handle the errors with the help of Python. Basically, we have many types of errors. Like we have like different types of errors in the Python. Okay, so we will see how to handle the error with the help of Python. Like we have indentation error, we have syntax error. Okay, we have typo error, etc. And we have even we have many typos inside Python. Okay, that we will see with the help of exception handling. Okay, so in the session we will see how to handle the error in the real time scenario. Okay, and we can create our own error also in the Python. That is why Python is so flexible. Then we have classes and objects. So this is the starting of the advanced concept. With the help of classes and objects, you can like enter in the domain of OOPS concept. Basically, OOPS means object oriented programming language. So Python is also object oriented programming. Okay. So we will see that the OOPS concept in Python. Okay, so for understanding the OOPS concept, we have to understand the classes and objects first. Okay, that is very like most important in Python. Okay, so we will see how to create classes, what are objects, how to create ones. Okay, like how to create classes, objects, okay, etc. So we will see how to create variables and how to feed data, how to create methods inside classes and objects. Okay. So basically, this is the whole like content of the Python core. These are the modules or topics we are going to cover in the entire session of the Python core. Okay, so basically in the Python core, we will like clear all the basics, like from the very basics. Okay, like from the Python introduction to Python advanced up to classes and objects. Okay, so these are the very basics concept and the advanced one. Okay, so we will see these modules inside Python core, which the course duration is 50 hours. Then after that, we have Python advanced. Okay, so inside Python advanced, we will see around like 5 to 6 modules. Okay. Basically, inside advanced Python, we will see the OOPS concept, the database, like how to connect your Python with the database, how to use the SQL, and we will see the GUI programming also. Okay, like the Kinter and the Turtle. Okay, and then we will see the networking part, multi-threading. And in the advanced concept, we will see the decorators, generators, iterators, and coroutines. And then we will see CGI. Okay, so basically, first with the OOPS. Okay, after the classes and objects, we have many concept in the OOPS. Okay, which is like very confusing. Okay, but we will understand it in very from the very basics. Okay, so inside the OOPS we have the data abstraction. Okay, data hiding, encapsulations, inheritance, modularity, polymorphism, and data hiding. Basically, data hiding and data abstraction both are same. Okay, so we will see what are the procedural and modular programming. We will see the OOPS concept in more detail inside the Python Advanced. Okay, and then we will do the exercises. We will do the projects also. Okay, so these after each module, I will give you the exercises. I will give you the projects like the small programs. Okay, for practice. Then we have a database. So in the database, we will see the for the Python, we will see the database language. Okay, so we will see the Python first, which is the main language, and then we will see the SQL. And the database which we will use inside the Python Advanced is MySQL. Okay, like we have many databases. We have Oracle, we have NoSQL, we have Mongoose, we have MongoDB, etc. So for the Python Advanced, we will see the MySQL as a database. Okay, by Microsoft, and SQL as a language. Okay, database language. Okay. So in the database, we will see the intro part of MySQL. Basically, before that, we will see the intro part of SQL, like what is SQL, how to use SQL, etc. Okay, like the basic part. Then I will provide you the resources, like from where you can learn the more advanced SQL. Okay. Then we will see the how to connect your MySQL with your Python. Okay, and how to create tables, how to remove tables, how to like alter, modify, update tables, etc. So we will see. Okay, inside database. Then we have GUI programming. So that we will use two libraries, Kinter, the most popular one, and the Turtle. Okay. So in the GUI, basically, we will use the Kinter and the Turtle. Basically, Turtle is used for the animations only. Okay. So, but Kinter is a very like vast library. We will see how to create a GUI applications with the help of Kinter, with the help of Python. So we will see how to create GUI apps or applications, or we can say it programs with the help of Kinter. Okay, like we will basically previously we will create the CLI projects. Okay, the projects that will run on the CLI basis. Okay, that you can run on the basis of commands. After that, we will convert the CLI projects and we will make new projects inside Kinter. Okay, means we will give the GUI interface to the CLI projects. Okay. So we will use the GUI programs with the help of graphical elements. Okay, like how to create a box, how to create the like window, the size, the color, etc. We will see it. Okay. So we will see many elements inside Kinter. We will see the frame, button, label, entry, and many more. Okay. Then inside Turtle, we will see how to create animated programs. Okay. Then in the multi-threading, we have threads and processes. First, we will understand the concept of multi-threading. Okay, like what are threads, what are processes, how to start a thread with the help of Python. Okay, and then we will see the threading modules, and we will see how we can use the multiple threads at the same time. Okay, and we will handle the errors in the multi-threading. Okay, that we will see with the help of Python. Okay, now we have blended networking. Inside networking, we will see only one library, that is socket. Okay, even we will see, even we will provide, we will see, basically see the GUI version of the socket. Basically, we will give the networking. In the networking, we will prepare one project, that is the chatting app. So we will create two projects. Basically, the single like one-to-one chatting app, and second a group chatting app. Okay, so we will use the socket module inside that chatting app. Okay, and after creating the CLI version, we will give a GUI format to the networking or the chatting app. Okay, that we will see. Okay, so we will see the socket module. We will see how to create server side, how to create client socket. Okay, client like a program. Then we will see how to connect both. Okay, Then we will see how to connect client and server. We will see in the same operating system, as well as we will connect the client and server in the different operating system. Okay, and then we will create a client server chatting program. Okay, we will create two projects here. First, the one-to-one chatting app, and second, the group chatting app. Okay, both. Then in the advanced concept, we will see the decorators, generators, iterators, and coroutines. Both, like these four are very important. Okay. Then at last we will see the CGI. Okay, common gateway interface. In this we will see the what is CGI, like the whole concept of the website. Basically, CGI is related to website only. Okay. Then here we will see how we can connect the web, like how we can use the Python as a backend language in form of CGI. Basically, we use the Django for the website development with Python, but we will see with the help of CGI. Okay, so we will see the architecture of the CGI. CGI environment variables, get in post methods, like the difference in the get in post. Like we will see the intro part of the website, how to create a website, like how the website works in the background. Okay, the backend part, what is backend, what is front end, what is the client side, server side. Okay, the languages, etc. And then we will see how to create cookies, how to create a website so that we can upload a file. Okay, so basically in the website we have first front end, and then we have backend. Okay, so front end is also known as client side, or backend is also known as server side. So we can mention here. Okay, so and front end is also known as the client side. Okay, so basically inside front end we will use the HTML. Okay, the simple one. Basically the website is made up of the front end backend. So in the front end we use the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, jQuery, like Node.js. No, not Node.js. We will use the React.js for that. But in the backend we will use like PHP. Either we can use PHP, or we can use Python, or we can use Java. So it depends. Okay. So basically we will use Python as a backend language. So we will use the CGI library for that. Okay. So we will create a front end with the help of HTML, CSS, and the backend with the help of Python. Okay. So in the CGI, we will see that. Okay, like how to create a website for file upload. Okay, how we can create cookies, how we can create sessions, how we can create a form website. Okay, where we can fill the form, etc. Then at last, we will see the projects. We will see two types of project: the CLI and the GUI. Basically, after completing the modules, like suppose we completed the GUI programming module. Okay, after that we will create a project. Then we will start the multi-threading. Okay, so we will like started the project by hand only. Like after we completed the database, then we will start the project. Okay, for the various modules. So basically, we will create around 15 plus projects. Okay, 15 plus projects for different webs, for different modules. Like for the GUI, we will create like around 3 projects. Okay. For the networking, we will create 2 projects. Okay, the chatting apps. And for the CGI, we will create 1 project. That is only like that is enough. Okay. And then for the multi-threading, we will create 1 project. And for the that advanced concept, for the oops, we will create 1 project. Okay, and we will rest create for the core Python. Okay. So we will create the projects with the modules also. Okay, so that you can get a like real-time experience with the Python programming. Okay, so and after that we will see how to upload the projects in on the GitHub. Either we will use GitHub or we can use GitLab. Both are same. Okay, so basically we will use GitHub. Okay, where we can publish the projects so that everyone can use our project. Okay, and even you can like upload the link of the GitHub inside your resume so that everyone can see your project. Okay, so we will create projects also. Okay, so to get the real time like experience with Python. Okay, because projects are very important inside Python. Okay, so these are the like advanced concept and the core modules and advanced modules that I'm going to cover with the in the entire sessions. And the course duration for the advanced Python is 40 hours. Okay, and the for the core Python is 50 hours. Okay, now the most important thing, that is what JNtech provides. Okay, like what you can expect from us. So basically, we will provide the notes, the PDFs, the books for the Python. Okay, basically we really need a book, but we will provide it. Okay, we will provide a recorded sessions. Okay, for the lifetime access means you can access the recorded session anytime. Okay, until you die. Sorry. So these are the course content of the Python. Okay, so we have Python core and then we have Python advanced. Okay, so now let's discuss one by one. Okay, now in if you want to see the course content of Python, like if you want to see the PDF, either you can request on the WhatsApp or you can see the modules from here also. Okay, so I hope this much is clear. Now we will start the intro part of Python. Okay, so we will start the introduction of Python. Okay, so basically, as I said, Python is a open source. Okay, so we can write the features of Python first. Python is open source. We can use it for free, and as well as we can see the read the source code of the Python, as well as we can modify the source code of Python. Okay. Then we have Python is a general purpose. Okay, like Python can be used everywhere. We can use Python like in every domains. Okay. Then Python is a open source. Okay, Python is easy to use and it is easy to understand. And why it is easy to use and easy to understand? Because it is coded in English, so that we have a high level language. Okay, so Python is a high level language. And why we say that Python is a high level language? Because basically we have three types of levels. Okay, three types of languages. First, we have low level languages. Okay, we have mid level, and then we have high level. Okay, so the example of high level means like high level means the languages that are coded in English. Okay, that are coded in the human language. That is known as the high level languages. For example, Python. Okay, then we have low level languages that are coded in the machine language. Okay, for example, assembly language. Then we have the mid level that is like coded in the like in the low level as well as high level, like the combination of both. Okay, so that is like example is C or C++. Okay, so that we have three categories of level language. So Python is a high level, which is like coded in the human language, like English. That is why we can easy to use. It is easy to understand. Okay, after that, Python is a object oriented programming language, which means Python uses the OOPS concept, classes and objects. Basically, the concept of classes and objects are very useful in Python. We can like repeat the code again and again. We can reuse the code again and again with the help of classes, objects, and functions. Okay. So basically, the concept of classes and objects are very important, and we will like see what are the benefits of using the OOPS inside Python. Okay. So these are the features of the Python. It is open source, it is general purpose, easy to use, easy to understand, high level of OOPS concept, and then dynamic in nature. Okay, now why Python is dynamic in nature? Because suppose let's take an example of C or C++. Okay, Suppose we are creating a variable inside C or C++. Okay, so for that we have to, like, suppose we have created a variable a is equal to 10. So we are assigning the 10 value to a. Okay, so we are assigning the 10 value to a. So here a is a variable and 10 is a value, an integer value. Okay, means a number basically. Okay, what are variables, what are integers, what are like data types, we will see in the upcoming sessions. Okay, this is just an example. So if you are assigning a variable, a value to a variable, so before that we have to tell the variable that what type of value we are storing. Let's say int. Okay, so in the C or C++, we have to tell the C++ interpreter that we have to tell the variable that which type of value we are storing. But in case of Python, we assign a variable, suppose. Okay, so we are assigning a variable, we are assigning a value to a variable. Now in this, we don't need to tell the Python or the Python interpreter that what kind of value we are storing. Basically, we just write a or 10. That's it. So this is the nature of Python. That is why we say it is dynamic in nature. Okay, we don't need to declare the type of variable we are storing or type of value we are storing inside a variable. That is why we can say Python is dynamic in nature. Okay, so these are the main features of the Python which you can see everywhere. Okay, like it is open source, general purpose, easy to use, easy to understand, high level, oops concept, dynamic in nature. Okay, basically Python is also a interpreted language. Okay, so why Python is an interpreted language? Okay, so let's take an example of C or C++ again. Suppose you are coding in C. Okay, let's suppose you are coding or you are writing a code in C and you want to run the code. Of course, you want to run a code if you are coding. So in the C or C++, first we need to code. Suppose you are coding. Then we need to compile it. Okay. And then we need to run it. So there's a three process in the C or C++. First we have to code, then we have to compile, and then we have to run. Okay, but in Python, if we are coding in Python, we have to code and then we have to directly run. Okay, there's no compilation process inside Python. Okay, that is why Python is said to be an interpreted programming language. Because in the C or C++, we have to compile the code. Suppose you are writing in C. Okay, so we have a file, it's file.c. Okay, this is a coding file. Okay, now you have to convert, you have to compile it. Compile means converting the .c file into .exe file, and then we have to run it. Okay, this is the process of compilation. So first in the C we have to code, we have to compile, and then we have to run. But inside Python we have to code and run. Okay, like code run, keep on running the. Okay, this is the benefit of the Python. Or in the if you're coding in the C, first you code, and so suppose there's an error inside your code, and then you're compiling. Okay, like there's an error and you don't know about that error, and you just send your file to compilation process, and after the compilation or during the compilation, the compiler will throw an error that is the Python that this is a compilation error inside your, or there's this type of error inside your code. Then first you have to fix the code, then you have to compile it, and then you have to run it. So this is the like whole like long process in the C or C++. Or if you're making any changes inside C or C++, again you have to compile it and then you have to run it. So this is a like frustrated process. Like first you have to code, then compile and then run. And if you face any error, the compiler will say you, please fix your error first and then compile it again. Or if you want to make any changes, first make your change, then compile it, then run it. But in Python, we just code, we just run. If we have any error in the like code, or if we want to make any changes, we make changes and then we run. If we have any error, we fix it and then we can run. Okay. That is why we can say that Python is an interpreted programming language. Okay. Now the most important, the softwares that we are going to use inside Python is the Python, of course, the Python software. Okay. Then we will use Python 3. Okay, basically 3.10. Okay, and then we will use the IDE. IDE means integrated development environment. Okay. So we will see the integrated development environment. Sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay. So for this we will use the VS Code. Okay, which means the Visual Studio Code. Okay. So what is the means of ID? Basically, Python comes with its own ID. Okay, but we will use the different ID for that. We will use the VS Code because VS Code provides various features that we will discuss in the next session. Okay, so we will use Python for the basically for running the Python code, and we will use IDE. Okay, that is Visual Studio. Now the system requirements for running the Python. Okay, so you need just a simple PC for that, like 4 GB RAM. Okay, that's enough. Okay, like the basic configuration is also enough for running the Python codes. Okay, if you want to if you want to create any application, then you need a higher configuration PC. But for the starting for the core or advanced Python, the simple configuration PC is enough. Okay, or laptop. Okay, no more requirements, no more demands from the Python side. Okay. No. And the human requirements, what are the prerequisites for starting the course? Basically, you can start the course from the if you don't have any programming knowledge like a C++, Java, like someone says you need to learn C or C Java before learning the Python. No, you can start directly. If you even don't have any programming knowledge, you can jump into Python course. Okay, there's no requirements for the Python because Python is a easy language. We can and it is easier to understand. Anyone can understand it. Okay. Basically, first, of course, you need to know how to operate the PC. That's it. Okay. How to download the stuff, how to upload, etc. Okay. Otherwise, any programming knowledge is not mandatory to start the Python course. Okay. So Python is a very flexible language. It is there's no demands for Python. Okay. So that's it for today. Okay. So let's take a recap. So first we had seen what is Python. Okay. Like why Python is general purpose, what is open source, like and why Python is open source, why Python is general purpose. Okay. And we had seen the course content, the core content, like core topics and the advanced topics, okay, of Python. And then we have seen the into part of Python, like the features of Python. Okay, and the software we are going to use. Okay, and the system requirements and the prerequisites. Okay, so you can go for the Python. Okay, it is very easy to understand. Okay, now again, if you want to see the course content of Python, you can go to the website JNtech Networks. From here you can click on the Python. Okay, so from here you can see the models. Okay, inside Python. This is like the both core and advanced. Okay, and if you want to see the more details like fee structure or the upcoming batches, okay, and the duration of the course, you can give it from here. And if you have any inquiry, you can call on this number. Okay, both numbers are available, or you can mail the on this number. Okay, and then you can WhatsApp or you can fill the inquiry form if you want to. Okay, it's your choice. So if you have any doubt, inquiry related to programming, like Python, then you can freely call on this number. And if you have any technical doubt, you can comment. Okay, I am available. Okay, so you can ask anytime. Okay, so thank you so much.